One of my most inconvenient beliefs about the world is that we now know too much about it.
Mm.
And that the human mind is not meant to be stretched over this much threat and danger and tragedy at all times. I work in the news. My show is part of this dynamic I'm about to describe. But the news can sometimes be an engine for finding and bringing you whatever is going to most upset you that is happening literally anywhere on Earth at that exact moment. And it's not that it's not on some level good to know about it. I don't want to go to the point where we never knew about it, but I often think that probably the healthy medium was to be able to pick up a newspaper once a day and find out about terrible things happening elsewhere and important things happening elsewhere and sometimes wonderful things, but less often wonderful things happening elsewhere, as opposed to be with your kids in the park and your phone buzzes and it's just something terrible that you cannot affect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even happening to anybody you know. You definitely don't have power over it. But somebody somewhere thought it would grab you to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange. It both makes you aware of suffering, but also I think it has some kind of other quality, some numbing and exhausting quality that is not healthy.
I think that's almost certainly true. I mean, it's so interesting. You said you were reading Melting Point, and there's an arresting moment in there when one of the sources in the book who we're hearing from talks about how, you used to read one newspaper and you'd get 20 minutes of news in the evening, or maybe you'd get 10 minutes of newsreels before a movie, and that was it. And I put down the book when I read that. I thought about it for a long time because, I mean, there was not a shortage of news in the world. This was in the middle of the Second World War. And she goes on to say something I found equally arresting and highly related, which is the world seemed much bigger and more mysterious then. So I think you're right, although I also think it's a little bit more complicated than that, because in this kind of tragic way, I feel like we simultaneously know more about the world and less about our own communities in a certain sense. Like, we have traded bits of news from all over, much of it tragic, some of it just inflammatory, for a deep and connected knowledge of our own immediate communities. And that does feel tragic and upsetting to me. And this kind of absolute flattening of distinctions.